What's good? What's good? I know nobody is in here right at the moment, but that's cool. I just wanted to follow up with the video that I did yesterday, and I'll leave this one up on the replay. Um, Yesterday, if you missed it, I was talking about how sort of the administrative side of being a bass player, being a musician, how to prepare for a gig when you have tons and tons and tons of songs to learn, um, and get under your belt and remember and all that stuff. So yesterday I walked through the email, reading through the email, getting the song list together. Then I talked about really combing through the song list and using Spotify. Not a sponsored video by Spotify. This is not a sponsored video at all. But I was talking about how I use Spotify to create playlists and why I use Spotify to create playlists. You guys, I've been up since 5 o'clock. I usually get up at 5 in the morning. But then I just took on a new role at my day gig. So I'm like, brain dead. Anyway, so using Spotify, why I use Spotify to make playlists, and what I was saying about that is that Spotify is not like YouTube. I don't have to, if I make the playlist, I don't have to go through YouTube searching for songs and stuff and be the dude at the gig like this, right? So all of this work comes before I even touch my bass, before I even pick up my bass. And I don't care what songs I've heard or songs I think I know or anything like that. I don't even think about that. I just make the playlist. When I make the playlist, the cool thing about Spotify is I can download that playlist or those playlists so that they're on my device. When I'm in the airport, when I'm on the plane, all that, so I should back up and clarify that. I'm doing an out of town hit. I leave Friday. It's a really quick gig. It's like leave Friday, gig is on Saturday, fly back Sunday, right? It's a very well-paying gig, and so that's one of the reasons why I take the time to prep in the way that I do. Not saying that I go and just be killing everything, but I put forth every effort to make sure that I'm as prepared as possible. Look, you can be the baddest bass player or guitar player, whatever. All things being equal, if you're not the person who reads the emails and shows up when they're supposed and knows the tunes and stuff like that, I've said it before. If I haven't said it on this channel, I say it again. Most of the success that I've had as a musician in the 2.5 decades that I've done it professionally, I'm a good bass player. I'm no longer going to be so modest to where I'm not going to say I'm a good, but there are people that play circles around me, right? There's people that I play circles around, but it's not about that. It's about what I believe is that most of the success that I've had as a bass player has been from doing some very basic things. Most of the success that I've had in the professional world, right, have been from me doing very basic things consistently. Me building a reputation for being, a guy who shows up. You feel what I'm saying? And that is what I intend to do. That's my desire to do. And in my channel, if you are new and you're watching this channel right now, go and hit that like button and the subscribe button and all that YouTube stuff. But if you haven't watched my channel before, I want to give the vibe like we are, me and you, at the house. If we're the same age, or we partners, we hanging out, right? Because that's how I learn. I learn from people, talking to me and stuff like that. So anyway, what I want to do right now is show you what this work has looked like. Also, if you watched last night, there are songs that are on the list today that weren't on the list yesterday, because this is a Google Drive document, and like the singer one of the singers who I've never met, I think there are two male singers and one female singer. They're like adding songs, right? And I'm like, hey, the gig is on Friday. I mean, the gig is on Saturday. Y'all can keep adding songs, but I'm just playing. But let me show you what this ended up looking like. So let me share this real quick. So on this side, I've got the song list that they sent. All right. Here are all the tunes. Now, there's a no playlist. So I'm assuming that means, hey, we not playing that. But I made a playlist anyway, just in case somebody decided to say, well, we're going to play it. Right. But I know those songs. Those songs are nothing. They're not nothing, but there are a lot of songs on this list that I don't know. There's specials. Those specials, whenever it says special, gotta know those. I mean, Stand By Me is easy money, money, money. There will be a time I've never heard that in my life. So I put that on the list. Then I went through all these songs and I made folders, Spotify folders. Again, this is a follow-up for you. I made folders based in a certain category. So I made a dance folder with all the dance tunes. And I can tell, even having not met the singers, I can tell already sort of what the demographic is by the song choices, right? And I don't mean, people, everybody gets sensitive about everything nowadays. I don't mean it, I'm not trying to be funny, but if I saw a bunch of 70s R&B tunes, my guess would be that the singer would be, black, or, oh man, never mind. Y'all feel what I'm saying. I see, a handful of female songs, but you could tell by the decades of the songs, what's kind of, what the vibe is. And that's all good. That's telling. It's good information to have. It lets you know how to move in the space. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all good. So anyway, so let me show you what this looks like now on Spotify, and why, again, not a sponsored video by Spotify by any means, but so I made a folder, okay? I made a folder called Chicago Gig 8721, and I'm going to keep this folder forever because I don't know when I'm going to come back around these tunes. And this also may add be like a shed list or whatever for a pop gig like this, but this applies to any gig that you might be playing. So I got my dance tunes. That's all the songs, right? This is just a song pool. It's not a song list, it's a song pool. So whenever you get the song pool, they liable to play anything out of this, right? So I've done the same for the dinner set. For the specials are non-negotiables. They have to be played, right? Somebody is expecting those songs to be played. No playlist, we're not going to worry about that. Let's take the dance list, which is in a gig like this is going to be the longest thing. What I would do then, the next part of my shedding, and understand, I got a straight gig, right? So I'm not just sitting around the house all day just playing no tunes. I don't have all the time in the world to shed and chart tunes and all that stuff. So I have to be very judicious with my time. So what I would do is just play this list with my bass in my hand. Okay, what can I get through? And where do I start stumbling? When I start stumbling, that's when I take those songs and put those songs off to the side and say, okay, you need to really check these out. You see what I'm saying? It works for me. It's a big time saver. Um, and that's what I'm gonna do before I hit the sack tonight. Is I'm gonna just go through these tunes. I mean, some of these tunes like Superstition and you know some of these songs I've played in a lot of bands before. I want You to Want Me and played that Dynamite. You know, those are like real standard stuff. But this Loco and Acapulco, I ain't never heard this song before. I don't even know how this song got on somebody's list. But if it's on somebody's list, you know, who am I to say, nah, I don't know that? You know, I'm going to just learn it because it probably ain't that hard, you know? And if it's something, you know, for a one-off gig like this, if it's so, you know, hard or, you know, just like there's a lot of twists and turns in it, you know, I still want to know it, but I'm not going to be so shy to say, okay, if we could skip that, that would be great. You know what I mean? And I say one-off gig, but we really should never think of any gig as a one-off because if you watch yesterday, the person that hired me for this gig, I played a few gigs with in California, and they are with an organization that they play all over the place. They play all over the globe, all over the country, and 9 out of 10 times, they're not just hiring people that are there. They hire people that they know. They hire people that they know are going to show up and do the work. And so the gig can be anywhere, right? So you just never know. So anyway, I just wanted to really quickly jump on here, and I'll leave this one up. I took the video from yesterday down and put it on the member side. I'm kind of just getting to that space where, you know, there are people on the paid membership side of this, and I've got news coming up about the membership side pretty soon. You'll have to stay tuned for that. But I appreciate them, and I appreciate the love of people who are members, and that help support this channel through donations, through tips, through being members for $9 a month. And so if I do a live, I want to like make sure that I put that on the member side, leave that up in perpetuity for them. So anyway, that's that, man. As with all my content, if you have any questions or concerns, comments, suggestions, whatever, holler at me, man. You know, I'm just a regular dude. I'm a regular dude that has played bass for a long time. A long time. A regular dude who's been lucky enough to have played bass on a lot of different stages, in front of a lot of people, in front of no people. I've been blessed to earn a lot of money playing bass and no money playing bass. But at the end of the day, just a dude that picked up the bass when he was 13 back in the 80s and decided, hey, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. And I think again, you know, this is just where my head is at right now, is that when you or anybody comes to my channel, I want you are in my this is my room. You know what I mean? This is my room. This ain't, you know, this room that I'm sitting in used to be my mother's bedroom back in the day. This room where I'm sitting at was destroyed in Hurricane Katrina, and then this entire house had six feet of water in it at one time, and then was rebuilt. I'm saying all that to say, you just kicking it with me at the crib. You know, what I do as a bass player, as a musician, is not something that you can't do. It's just that simple. There is no sorcery here, right? So on that note, I got to do something about this vent though, because it's really hot as hell here in New Orleans. Muggy as I don't know what. I mean, it's August. August in Louisiana is something. It is something. So, but I got the 8 that's coming down like that. I may need to reorganize the room. But anyway, tangent. I don't have nothing to do with nothing. What am I talking about? Anyway, I hope you dug the follow-up. This is a follow-up from yesterday. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Be looking out for some news about the membership and the website, because the website is getting revamped. If you want to go check out what the look is of the new website, you can go to tedtalksbase.net, tedtalksbase.net, tedtalksbase.net. Sonofabase.com will also take you to the same spot. But go check it out, man. Go check it out. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next side. On the flip side. Peace. 2 fingers.